Hey, what's going on, guys? Super Zoomer here, and welcome back to Hunger Games Simulator. And today we've got ourselves a South Park Hunger Games. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I just really not in the South Park mood. Like, I've never watched the show, keep in mind. So, this is not all the characters, obviously. But what I did find was this gigantic list of South Park characters, and I've been on a binge of playthroughs of both of the South Park games, Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole. Uh, yeah, that's just what I've been watching lately on YouTube recently. So I thought I got the idea again to get this going. And with that being said, if you guys enjoy this, let me know down in the comments and give me some ideas for future videos. And also, the first link in the description is a link to the straw poll that I've been linking in my most recent videos. And yeah, with that being said, let's get this thing started. The bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Tweek runs away. Kenny, Jimmy, and Jimbo work together to get as many supplies as possible. Ned retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Eric scares Mr. Mackey away from the cornucopia. Kyle runs away. Heidi makes a spear, or takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Scott grabs a sword. Sheila finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Token runs away from the cornucopia. Gerald stays at the cornucopia for resources. Timmy runs away from the cornucopia. Wendy runs away. Craig sets Bebe on fire with a Molotov. Randy grabs a jar of fishing bait while Clyde gets fishing gear. Butters runs away from the cornucopia. Stan runs away. Ike runs away. Sharon grabs a backpack and retreats. PC Principal runs away from the cornucopia. Okay. So we got day one. Timmy, Eric, Sharon, and Tweek hunt for other tributes. Kenny practices his archery. Mr. Mackey runs away from Clyde. Craig diverts PC Principal's attention and runs away. Butters makes a slingshot. Ike, Sheila, and Kyle hunt for the tributes. Hey, it's the family. It's with they're all part of the same family. So yeah, it worked. Well, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know it would actually do that. I mean, again, this is all randomized, so it's cool to see things match up like this. Heidi sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Smart. Scott, Gerald, Token, and Jimmy raid Jimbo's camp while he is hunting. Hey, that also fits, because he's a hunter. Well, a lot of things are just fitting today. Wendy steals from Ned while he isn't looking. Randy picks flowers. Stan Marsh dies from thirst. Wow, that sucks. The remaining tributes begin. Ooh, an arena event already? Okay, then. The remaining tributes begin to hallucinate. Kenny survives for once. Am I right? For those of you who know South Park, get that irony. PC Principal eats a scorpion, thinking it's a delicate dessert. Okay. Tweek eats a scorpion. Sharon survives. Eric survives. Ike survives. Timmy survives. Wendy survives. Kyle hugs a Tracker Jacker nest, believing it to be a pillow. Heidi survives. Clyde and Butters decide to jump down the rabbit hole into Wonderland, which turns out to be a pit of rocks. Okay, this is definitely new one, because I've never seen this arena event before. Okay, Token survives. Jimmy survives. Mr. Mackey and Sheila decide to jump down the rabbit hole into Wonderland, which turns out to be a pit of rocks. Craig mistakes Jimbo for a bear and kills him. Wow, that's actually a good hallucination. And look at Craig just flipping all of us off. Ned survives. Gerald drowns Randy, who he thought was a shark trying to eat him. And Scott survives. 11 cannon shots already. And this was only day one. Seriously? So we got Bebe, Stan, PC Principal, Tweek, Kyle, Clyde, Butters, Mr. Mackey, Sheila, Jimbo, and Randy are all dead. They will all be missed because, I mean, I'm starting to get into South Park a little bit. Not too much to go on an all-out binge or something. I don't know. Ned defeats Wendy in a fight but spares her life. Ike sets up camp for the night. Gerald receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Kenny stabs Craig while his back is turned. Eric and Timmy talk about the tribute still alive. Scott fends Jimmy, Token, and Heidi away from his fire. And I actually want Kenny to win because in the show, like he like keeps dying. Like almost every other episode. Like again, I've never seen the show, but he like dies too constantly. From what I've seen, like so far, like he dies way too often. But that's just hilarious to me. Sharon screams for help. And then we got day 2. Wendy discovers a cave. Token sets an explosive off, killing Scott and Gerald. Eric camouflages himself in the bushes. Ike, Timmy, and Kenny get into a fight. Kenny triumphantly kills them both. Oh my god. Kenny is the South Park version of Cody confirmed. Like, is this gonna be a new thing? Like, the second link is going to be a complete list of, like, where I got all these characters. And, if you want me to do like I did with Total Drama, let me know. Because there's, like, at least 2 or 3 times as all the Total Drama characters put, like, for all the season and everything, at least 2 or 3 times more characters than Total Drama together. Like, seriously, there's a lot more that I can do with this. Sharon travels to higher ground, Ned fishes, Heidi travels to higher ground, and Jimmy thinks about home. Fallen tributes, 5 can shots, Craig, Scott, Gerald, Ike, and Timmy. Alright. We got night 2, Heidi tries to treat her infection. Jimmy begs for Sharon to kill him. She refuses, keeping Jimmy alive. Ned, Token, and Wendy sleep in shifts. Kenny shoots a poisonous blow dart into Eric Cartman's neck, slowly killing him. Oh my god, is Kenny actually going to survive something for once? The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Sharon decides not to go to the feast. Jimmy gathers as much food into a bag as he can before fleeing. Heidi stabs Ned in the back with a trident. Token shoots an arrow at Wendy but misses and kills Kenny. You killed Kenny! Dang it, I thought he was actually gonna make it. Dang it, Kenny. Why you gotta do this? Day 3, Token and Jimmy split up to search for resources. Heidi Turner questions her sanity. Wendy questions her sanity. Sharon goes hunting. 3 can shots, Eric, Ned, and freaking Kenny. For a second, I thought he was actually gonna survive, but I think I jinxed it. Night 3, Token goes to sleep. Heidi stays awake all night. Sharon kills Jimmy with a sickle. Wendy is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Alright, Sharon and Heidi hunt for other tributes. Token spears Wendy in the abdomen. Ow! 2 can shots, Jimmy and Wendy. Sharon and Heidi tell each other ghost stories, or tell stories about themselves to each other. Token thinks about home. Sharon explores the arena, Heidi explores the arena, and Token unknowingly eats toxic berries. And then 1 can shots, Token. Heidi severely injures Sharon Marsh, but puts her out of her misery. And the winner is Heidi Turner from District 6. Congrats. And that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any ideas, like I said at the top of the video, let me know either by letting me know down in the comments or going to that first link that I talked about, the straw poll, and voting on one of those 4. And I've also been wanting to start a Papers, Please thing, but again, it's completely up to you on what you want me to record. And yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.